My DAS28 score is 4.0. I first had my DAS28 taken at my request. I hadn't been feeling too good and I realised it had never been done in clinic, so I felt like I needed a change in my treatment, and so I asked for my DAS28 score to be done by my specialist nurse. I saw the information about DAS28 on the National Rheumatoid Arthritis Society website, and that was the first time I'd ever come across it before. That's how I found out about it. I think knowing my DAS28 has several benefits. Most importantly, it allows me to know how my disease is progressing, to let me know whether the treatment I'm currently having is working or not, or whether something needs to change. It's important to me to gather as much information as possible about RA so that I understand what's going on with me. I definitely think that forewarned is forearmed, and as long as you've got that information from a reliable source, there's nothing to be scared about in knowing what's going on with you. I think it's helped enormously in my treatment to be able to describe clearly what I feel and what's happening to me. And in particular for me, that's been important because my blood test results don't often reflect the way that I'm feeling. So any damage that's occurring to my joints doesn't necessarily get reflected in my blood test results. But because I knew that could be the case and discussed that with my consultant, I got the treatment I needed. I think having a better understanding of RA helps me to have a better feeling for the future. When I was first diagnosed, I was very scared because you're not able to get a feeling of what your prognosis is going to be. Finding out as much as I can so that I understand what's happening makes me feel more comfortable with the condition, so I know how things might progress and what I can do to help myself. For me, the term remission would mean that my disease would be halted, the progression would go no further, and I'd have a lot more certainty about my future. I do think that remission is realistic for me. My DAS score in the past has been as high as 4.9 and is now coming down to 4, and I'm hopeful it will get into the 3s shortly. When I was first diagnosed, the diagnosis was devastating. I think you could safely say, I was in the prime of my life. I was only 31 when I was diagnosed, and my second child was literally a few weeks old. It had a huge impact on our family life for several weeks until my diagnosis was confirmed, and until I started medication, I was really unable to participate in family life in any way at all. It had a huge impact, but fortunately once I started on the medications, things changed fairly rapidly. If I was giving someone with RA advice on how they could get the best from their healthcare professionals, I think it would be to be as inquiring as you possibly can be, to seek out good information sources that you can trust, like the National Rheumatoid Arthritis Society, to gain from the experience of other people you might meet with RA, and to use all that in your consultations to make sure that you're getting the best from them. I absolutely think it's important to have a good relationship with your healthcare professionals. My current consultant, I feel, is completely on my side and is doing her best for me. I would say it's extremely important to be open and honest with your healthcare professional. I think if you don't explain exactly what's going on with you, no matter how small that symptom seems, they may miss something, they may misunderstand what you're trying to get across to them. I think it's important to tell them everything, no matter how small. I think the most important thing I get from my HCP, my healthcare professional, is to know what her plans are for me, and I know that she is seeking to get me to remission, which gives me great hope for the future.